Okay, everyone. Today we're gonna talk about structure one. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Musyafa Ahmad. And then now, lesson one, incomplete independent clause. But before that, I want to share what's the meaning of independent clause. Independent clause is a group of words that contains a subject, a verb, and express a complete sentence. Clause. We have to know that all sentences consist of one or more clauses. And then, sentence is divided into three kinds of sentence. The first, simple sentence. What's the meaning of simple sentence? Simple sentence, it must consist of one clause. And then the second, compound sentence. Compound sentence consists of two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction such as and but. But also you can add like a or and then for, yet. And then the third, complex sentence. Complex sentence consists of an independent clause called the main clause and a dependent subordinated clause. Subordinated clause may be adverb clauses, noun clauses, or adjective clauses. Example. This is example of simple sentence. The first, people need vitamins, which contains people as a subject, need, verb, vitamins, object. And the second, the man took a vitamin pill. The man is a subject, took as a verb, and then a vitamin pill is an object, and so on. Judy lives in Northern California. In the summer, we call this one as a praise. Tom walks to his office. And in the summer, one of praise. The next example of compound sentence. The man took a vitamin pill and he drank a glass of orange juice. Nah, here we're gonna talk about one clause, conjunction, and one clause. Why we call this one as a one clause? Because just now we talk about clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. So this one we can divide, there are two clauses. The first is a main clause and then the second is dependent clause, or we call say subordinate clause. But before we connect these two clauses, we have to put in the middle of them is a conjunction. Conjunction here, and. And then the second, Judy lives in Northern California now, but she was raised in Ohio. The third, Hamid put his stuff in his bedroom and he left that room. Next, we're gonna talk about complex sentence. Example, the man took a vitamin pill because he had a cold. The man took a vitamin pill, we call this one independent clause. And we continue with the next explanation about he had a cold. But before we connect this sentence, we have to put because as an adverb clause for giving reason why this man took a vitamin, because he had a cold. Next, I didn't realize that Nancy was here. Independent clause, I didn't realize, and then noun clause that Nancy was here. Next, Tom walks to his office, which is located on Broadway, every day during the summer. Independent clause here is Tom walks to his office, and then adjective clause here is which is located on Broadway. Every day during the summer is a phrase. Next, we're going to talk about missing subjects, verbs, objects, and complements. All clauses have a subject and a verb. Clauses with an action verb often take direct object as well. For example, subject, people, verb, need, and object, vitamins. The verb missing from an independent clause may be a single word verb or verb phrase consisting of one or more auxiliary verbs and main verb. The missing subject and direct object might be a noun phrase, or a pronoun. After the verb to be and certain other non-action verbs, a subject complement is used rather than a direct object. Subject, she. Verb is complement an architect. So, she is an architect contains subject, verb, and complement. The boss seemed upset also contains subject, verb, and complement. Example number 1. The art of storytelling, blah blah blah, almost all as unity. A, that is. B, is. C, it is. D, being. Which one the correct answer? Yes, that's true. The answer is B. Why the answer is B? Because the correct answer supplies the missing verb. Choice A is incorrect. Why? Because the word that is used to connect a relative clause to a main clause. In this sentence, there is only one verb, so there can only be one clause. Choice C is incorrect because there is an unnecessary repetition of the subject, the art of the story telling, and it. Choice D is not correct because an ing form, being, cannot be the main verb of a clause. So, the correct answer only is because we just need a verb. Example number 2. Blah blah blah, a few of the songs produced by insects can be heard by humans. A, only. B, there are only. C, that's only. D, with only. Which one the correct answer? Yes, that's right. The answer is A. Yes, the correct answer is A. Why? We explained that. The correct answer completes the noun phrase that is the subject of the sentence. The expletive there in the choice B is incorrect used. In the C, the word that creates a noun clause, but each clause must have its own verb. Produce used as a participle, not a main verb in this sentence. Choice D is incorrect because a preposition might not be used directly before the subject. So the answer is A. Next, example number 3, blah 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 blah. When lava cools very rapidly. The answer is A, because pumice is formed. B, to form pumice. C, pumice is formed. D, forming pumice. Yes, the answer is C. The best answer supplies an independent clause to join to the adverb clause when lava cools very rapidly. Choice A consists of an adverb clause. Two adverb clauses cannot be joined to form a complete sentence. Choice B and D here are incorrect. Why? Because they don't contain main verbs. An independent clause must contain a main verb. To form and forming are not main verbs. Only choice C could serve an independent clause because it contains a subject, pumice, and a full verb. The passive verb is formed. Example number 4. Duke Ellington wrote blah 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 during his career. A, that over 1,000 songs. B, over 1,000 songs. C, over 1,000 songs were. D, there were over 1,000 songs. The answer is yes, correct. The answer is B. We can see from here. The direct object is missing from this sentence. In choice A, the connecting word that is used unnecessarily. In C, the verb were is used unnecessarily because there is only one clause and it has a verb wrote. In choice D, the phrase there where is not needed between verb and its direct object. Choice B, correctly, because supplies a noun phrase that serves as the direct object. Example number 5. Before the invention of the printing press, books blah blah blah, A, that were very rare, B, were very rarely, C, were very rare, and D, is very rare. Which one the correct answer? Yes, that's right. The answer is C. Why? Because choice A incorrectly forms an adjective clause. An adjective must be joined to a main clause. And then B contains an adverb. After the verb to be, an adjective is required. Choice D lacks a verb. And then choice C correctly because supplies a verb were. Okay guys, so all of the explanation just now is about independent clause, and then see you in my video. Bye.